What's up everyone, it's Jolton here back with another video. So today we're going to be looking at the 5 worst brawlers in January 2023. Let me know down below in the comments if you want me to do more of these videos. Anyways, let's look at the 5 worst brawlers. So jumping into the 5th worst brawler, it's going to be Ash. The only time I really see Ash being played is in maps like Super Beach, Sneaky Field, sometimes Pinhole Punt as well. Ash's attack delay makes him vulnerable to high burst damage brawlers like Bull, who can deal massive damage quickly. Well, the thing is, there's kind of a sort of strategy with Ash, you know what I mean? But like, all you gotta do is just like stand back, farm rage, heal up, and then burst in, I guess. I feel like that's like the main strategy with Ash. The thing is, other tanks can like generally move around a bit more freely and initiate when they think it's right. Ash can't really tank a lot, but his damage is kind of insane when his rage is like fully maxed, which is a good thing about him. So Ash is pretty much like good in maps also, where there is equal amount of walls and bushes. He is also great against single hitting brawlers. With the tip with Ash as well is to not use auto aim, because like his attacks can just go everywhere wherever you auto aim. So yeah. He's also really trash against area splashes. You can also use the super to defend from an enemy by placing it in front, underpowered when at the lowest rage bar, and he's pretty much insane when his rage bar is at max. So that's why Ash is the 5th worst brawler in Brawl Stars. Okay, so jumping into the 4th worst brawler, it's going to be BIBI. We know, she's a short range brawler, but she's pretty decent actually, but in my case, she's the 4th worst brawler. So basically, her attack speed is actually it's actually a bit slow. So that makes her vulnerable to brawlers like Mortis, and in 1v1 situations, she basically loses to most brawlers that I feel that she should be able to kill. Like, for example, Max, Bo, and Nani, they have like decently high or low health. I forgot how much health they all have. Yet they're usually able to kill BIBI, and she can't really take a ton of damage in, which is pretty much the sad thing about BIBI. Also, her knockback charge is actually really fast, and I feel like that actually gives BIBI some value. Even with the star power, the shield, it just makes her have a lot of value. Like, it just makes her stay alive longer. With the speed star power, it's mainly just used for if you want to play aggro. And like Ash, she's basically used in maps like Super Beach, Pinhole Punt, and what was it, Sneaky Fields. She's also pretty decent in Showdown as well, and that's why I think she is the 4th worst brawler in Brawl Stars. Moving on to the 3rd worst brawler in Brawl Stars, it's going to have to be BARLEY. After the recent buff that BARLEY got, he does show a slight burst damage, but it still doesn't take away his vulnerability against other brawlers. Even if he uses his first gadget that can slow enemies around him, enemies that gain speed boosts like, for example, Edgar, Sam, and Max, can easily walk through the duration of the slow, and brawlers with high HP, like Daryl, Rosa, or Bull, are challenging for BARLEY to take out, but he suffers harshly from brawlers like Stu, Surge, Mortis, and brawlers that can break walls as well. Both of his star powers are decent, including both of his gadgets, and they can be good in their own situations. But BARLEY's lack of burst damage, vulnerability, and slow reload speed is what makes him one of the worst throwers, and brawlers in general, I guess. His super is the only thing that makes him not the worst, as it can block off enemies pretty well. For example, Hot Zone in the map, for example, like what, Controller Chaos, his super can easily block enemies from going to the zones, and in Brawl Ball maps like what, Pinhole Punt, or maybe every Brawl Ball map, I have no idea, he can easily block off people. Whenever someone scores a goal, he can just use his super straight away just to block off any brawler. The best game modes for him, I would say, are Brawl Ball and Hot Zone, definitely. Anyways, that's why I think BARLEY is the 3rd worst brawler in Brawl Stars. Moving on to the 2nd worst brawler in Brawl Stars, we are going to have to give it to OTIS. after Otis's nerf, let's just say that he has become so dreadful. His reload speed and his unload speed feel really slow. Even though the reload speed says normal, it feels extremely slow. He has low DPS overall as well, which I can agree. And it's really difficult to land shots. Plus his super does highly minimal damage. But I can agree that his super is one of the only things that give him some sort of value. Overall, it's pretty hard to land a super on enemies though. Also, his shot spread is so bad that unless you're right on top of another opponent, you will miss at least one projectile, which really sucks about Otis. His super is so poor, and is only made useful by the gadget that makes the super stick to the ground. On top of that, it takes forever to charge a super. The only unique thing about them. He's for sure, in my opinion, not a really fun brawler to play. I even personally think that Colette is better. Like, she just feels better. Also, I don't really see him being used a lot in meta. Also, it's pointless to use him in modes such as Solo Showdown, Heist, Hot Zone, and maybe Brawl. There's also no point of using his super when someone is about to score in Brawl. Regardless of whether they can attack or not, they either have backup with them or they can just freely walk it in. Like, that's how bad Otis is. He needs to get buffed again, like seriously. And that's why I think Otis is the second worst brawler in Brawl Stars. At the worst brawler in Brawl Stars, we will have to give it to Shelly. I mean, her need for her target to be in line with her shots to deal some damage isn't that pleasant at all. Plus, if you use her super at long range, it barely damages her target. That's why it's better if you use it up close. But in Brawl Ball, you can use it to pretty much open goals and score easily if you have the ball on you. Or it just helps overall by opening goals, so it gives your teammates access to score in a more wide and open sort of range as well. And Shelly only has the most value when she's up close, pretty much, because she technically deals the most damage up close, you know what I'm saying. But in my opinion, she is basically a no-skill brawler, and she's actually really hard to play in meta. Like, I was playing her earlier today, it was just so hard to play her. I just kept dying, everyone just kept trying to target me, because I'm a Shelly bro, bias, I know. She's easily able to get counted in 1v1s with brawlers like Stu, Chester, Griff, and like a lot of others, personally. Her Clay Pigeons gadget is really hard to aim and requires a ton of skill. Her Stop Power Shell Shock has a lot of value actually as well, though, as it slows down brawlers and allows her the time to deal massive damage to them. She should only be used in maybe Showdown or Duels. All the other game modes are too bad to use her in, except in Bounty Snake Prairie, where there is a ton of grass as well. She's easily countered by long-range brawlers too, especially in open maps. In Brawl Ball especially as well, she's easily juked and killed by long-range brawlers. Her movement speed, in my opinion as well, is really bad too, as it doesn't allow her to escape in situations, and doesn't allow her to like dodge shots properly as well. And that is why I think Shelly is the worst brawler in Brawl Stars. Alright, so I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know down below what type of videos I should make. Anyways, please go ahead, like and subscribe. Share my videos around so you won't miss out on banger videos. Goodbye, see you next time.